What's going on, everybody? This is episode 10 of 10's Hip Hop Unfiltered. I'm your host, Zoe. Here with a couple of the homies as usual. We got my boy Kennawayne, Henny, God, and then we have a special guest today, man, recording artist Landon Marcel. How's everybody feeling today?
Good, straight.
Been a rough week, fam. Been a rough week, but you know.
The two regular Negroes, I don't really care what y'all have to say on this. I'm gonna hop straight to the artist today.
Just we ain't shit today.
Let the people know. If y'all watched last episode, we actually had a little segue and had a little segment where we actually talked about his album 2017 from 2020. So just to get into, a little bit, let the people know a little bit about yourself, where you're from, where you're based out of, and just maybe some of the inspirations, for the album, man.
Yeah, of course, like you just said, I'm Landon Marcel. I'm from the DMV area. I'm from Maryland. And as far as the album, the album 2017 was about not just a breakup, but the whole year and everything that followed the whole album. But it was pretty much based around like a breakup that happened that year and like the stuff that like led up to it and what followed after it. So I tried to sequence the album like pretty much exactly how everything happened. So that's pretty much it.
And with the recording process, was it kind of like you took all the emotions and everything and kind of recorded over a shorter period of time? Was it recorded over a while? What was that process like?
It was pretty much over the past couple of months. As soon as this quarantine thing started, me and my producer right here. His name is Artillery. He's also an artist.
What's up?
Actually, this is Kari as well. We MX3, like that's our band. So,
okay.
But
deep in this bitch.
Oh yeah. But as soon as the quarantine started, before this, the studio had been down, and then as soon as the studio got back up, Artillery was telling me, he's like, man, I promise you, we're gonna do an EP. We're gonna do an EP. And then as soon as the quarantine came, we just locked in. Every day I was there. I've been home every day, so that's all we've been doing. Like we started off, Cycle might have been the first song I did. Cycle and Changes, and like everything just fell into place after that. So yeah, it took about 2 months. About 2 months to record the whole project.
That's dope, man. Never a better time, I guess, than when you're locked in and can't really get out too much to, record music, man. By the way, like I said last week, the interludes, love it. I think that those are some of the best placed interludes I've seen. Usually they kind of seem wasted with a lot of artists, but it actually served a good purpose and seemed to make a, good transition. So
yeah,
for those of y'all who haven't heard it, man, 2017, go check it out on Spotify. You're on all platforms, right?
On all platforms, absolutely.
Check that out. Check that out on all DSPs. And you were saying, Kennawayne, my bad, bro.
Shit. What was ours was Closure. Everybody on this motherfucker fuck with Closure. Like, fuck that bitch. In your experience, everybody hitting you back up. What's everybody's favorite song?
Man, it varies because I tried to put something on there for everybody. So
yeah.
I mean, One of One is a lot of like the rappy friends I had.
Yeah,
that was the one song. Yeah, that was the one song that really didn't have anything to do with anything. That was the one song I just wanted to show people I could rap. So I threw it on there. So like the people who are fans of like lyricism and stuff, they like One of One. More the R&B type vibe, people, they love the Warning interlude. You know what I'm saying? I guess Vanity is another one. I guess because of the beat and everything. A lot of people like Vanity. And Closure, Closure as well. I guess just because it has all the toxic bars that people love.
We was just rooting. I mean, it was almost like a story. We was like, damn, we depressed with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then we were like, fuck that bitch. We all was like, fuck that bitch too.
Nigga, the sun gotta shine eventually on this bitch.
Thought I was going through a breakup. Shit.
What was your favorite song? Like, if you had to just pick one song off the album, what's your favorite?
It's definitely Intoxicated. My favorite song is Intoxicated because I like Intoxicated was literally running through every emotion I had at the time. Like every line was just a different emotion. And I put Intoxicated right after U Street because U Street was about a time when U Street is like a bar. It's like a strip out here in DC. Go to DC, it's like the letter U Street. But I called it U Street because when I went out there, all I could think about was this person. So I'm out with my man's Mike and my cousin Tynell, and they like, you know, they trying to get me into it, you know, like women around, all of that stuff. But I'm thinking about just one person. But after that, Intoxicated comes on because I'm drunk from being out at the bars. And like my whole point was just to make it all flow perfectly. Intoxicated was just, you know, like it was like the real raw emotions of how I felt at the time.
So I'm gonna go back and listen to that. What was your producer's favorite track to produce?
What was your favorite track?
Man, so like you guys said, I was trying to make sure because I know that Landon definitely loves to, you know, get whatever is on his chest, like off his chest, and like, you know what I'm saying, that it comes from like a lot of, just like a lot of stuff that he's just been going through majority of the time. That's where like his best music like comes from, and it so happens to be dark a lot of the times. But I mean, it's good, you know, it's still good music as an artist because he actually didn't even want to put One of One on there at first because he felt like it would be too outlandish as far as, you know, the way that the project was constructed and how like the theme was constructed. So you know, I was like, bro, like we gotta put One of One on there. Like we gotta definitely like I feel like it was like the perfect like wake up call because he won't tell it, but like this project was really anticipated for like a really long time. Like people like because he would drop like little snippets of stuff like here and there and like little freestyles and everything, and people, you know what I'm saying, it was like for years, like, bro, when you dropping your first project, like we need that project, you know what I'm saying? And like, so I definitely felt like I definitely would say like One of One is probably like one of my favorites. I mean, I would say The Cycle, but I don't want to say The Cycle because I feel like that's biased because like I'm on The Cycle, so like, but it's like,
hey,
besides,
hey, go ahead.
you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't want to say The Cycle, but like One of One is definitely my favorites because I feel like that was literally like where like Landon was like waking everybody up and like, you know, pretty much giving the people like what they wanted, you know what I'm saying, for like a long time. I feel like that track like showed that like I'm here, you know what I'm saying, like I'm new, I'm fresh. You know what I'm saying? And y'all gonna hit me. This is what y'all wanted. This is what I'm gonna give y'all. You know what I'm saying? So One of One is definitely my favorite.
All right, bet, man. I think y'all got a lot of good things going on. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see where you go. At least I think we all said that last week to see where the next steps are gonna be. So excited.
Yeah, facts, man. Definitely can't wait. You know, to see it looks like you're on a good trajectory. So we'll stay locked in. Again, y'all check out the 2017. We'll probably plug that a few more times at the end too, just because we want to go ahead and run those numbers up. You know what I mean? And then the link will be in the description along with the 10's playlist and everything like that. So y'all make sure to check my boy out here. Just jumping right in, y'all. You know, as we always do at this time, we have that throwback joint of the week. This week we went ahead at my boy Henny's request. We're doing the 2009 We Are Young Money album. So this was actually a pretty integral album in the rise of Young Money. Lot of, you know, the first time we saw a lot of these stars on the main stage. We had Drake, Nicki, Tyga, and then even a couple others, obviously. You know, of course, Wayne was on the thing. Boyd was on a couple tracks and things like that. So you really saw the emergence of a lot of the Young Money roster and some of the lesser known artists. So let's just get right into the meat and bones of it, man. You know, what do y'all think about the album, you know, as it was at the time, how it kind of translates over now, replay value, any really thoughts just on that album? Let's go ahead and start with Henny, actually.
Man, so yeah, the main reason I picked this album was just for, like you said, how many people branched off out of that shit after this album. Like, not just branched out, but came big time fucking stars in the game. Like Drake, Nicki, Tyga. You can even count Tyga. Tyga has been holding this on. I'll give him that. Yeah. Gutta, see, now that's a different level if I would have said him. But just like you came up with a big three like that to come under you and all be on that same album. already been Lil Wayne. Like, he ain't need to do that. He already established. And then, like, the tracks on here was actually pretty fire. My favorite on here, let's see. Let me go back to this playlist. I mean, a lot of them was on BET, that 106 Apart at the time. Way back since we was back then, you know, Roger That was on there shit with Geeky and shit. Steady Mobbing I fuck with hard. Everybody fuck with Bad Rock. You had the whole damn team on there, but just for reasons like that, I had to go back and pick this album. I know everybody thought I was gonna do a Luda one. I know niggas thought that. I had to hold off. That's way back in the damn cassette days and shit. So I was like, nah, let me chill on that one. But as far as Young Money, man, it's just one of the most solid groups out there as far as like branching out and going out individually and doing their own shit. So I had to give them respect for that.
Yeah, fact, man. You know, Wayne leveraged his fame and you know, and a lot of his success by, you know, promoting his artists on that, and that's definitely something respectable. It spawned a couple top 40 hits, you know, just off this album alone too. And to me, it sounds a little bit dated, as far as, you know, you can kind of tell it was in that specific era, but I still think, just kind of like you said, man, the fruits of that are still showing today, where, you know, Drake's obviously out of there, Nicki out of there, and Tyga still has a great career.
Tyga came back.
Well.
He came back in 2019. He was dead for a minute, but he back.
Yeah, Wayne is icon status, so, you know, that's never going anywhere. Landon, man, what do you feel about the We Are Young Money album, man?
Honestly, I slept on it at the time because I always been like an oddball with music, like the stuff that everybody else is like big on, like I stray away from kind of. So I slept on it at the time, but it's actually a solid album. And like I said, to see where everybody is now, I mean, you got probably one of the biggest female hip-hop artists of all time, one of the biggest. And you got, you know, one of the biggest hip-hop artists of all time. Biggest artist, period, man. Drake and all genres, I guess.
Pop. Yeah,
exactly.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
And it's like birthed all of them. Like Lil Wayne had like a vision. And I've been critical of Lil Wayne. Like my whole life, I've been real critical of him. But it's like the dude knows talent. So, you know, I respect it. And it definitely shows in his album. So, yeah, man. That's how
Absolutely, man. Sharing that platform, getting everybody on. Kennawayne, man, I know you got something on your mind about this album, bro. This was college days for you, right?
Shit, 09? Yeah, that was the end of college days. Showing my age, god damn.
But the end.
Well,
that was 09, yeah.
The damn before that, goddamn.
I might not even been in high school yet.
God damn. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm the old head. I'm always gonna be the old head on the show.
God damn.
Nah, man. Yeah, bro. There were so many hits on this, and I remember us wondering like who was actually gonna come out. Cause I remember like Lil Twist, I was like, I don't know about this dude. Mac Main had some bars, but like he never really did anything.
He ain't had no image.
Yeah. We all know Lil Wayne, Drake, Tyga, like y'all said. Chanel was one that I was really wondering about that never just kind of blew up. But
Yeah,
she
niggas
had
still
on all the
talent.
R&B joints.
Niggas still wondering where she at.
The steady mobbing with Gucci, man, that was my shit, bro. I mean, everybody fucked with Bedrock. I mean, that was the biggest hit off of this. Yeah. Honestly, I was trying to think and say, like, this might have been like the first compilation album that was like legit, like that people just like fucked with. Because, I mean, recently you have what, like Revenge of the Dreamers with Cole and all them.
Yeah.
And I think this is the album that kind of projected people doing that with their labels. Because what was the next one? It was probably
Cruel
MMG?
Summer came years after that too, though.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, Wale and fucking, Meek Mill. But nobody really, I mean, because you could say Rough Riders, which, it was okay, or Bad Boys, but like a legit-ass album put together, I think this was the first one. So, now I won't say I just fuck with this album regularly. I mean, I think the only one I regularly listen to would probably be Steady Mobbing. But I mean, it's a solid album. Not one of my favorites, but I mean, it projected a lot of people into the spotlight. So you got to respect it for that.
Hey man, I was cruising the other day and for some reason I had the radio on, which would be good for this next segment. But man, these motherfuckers played Every Girl in the World the other day, man.
I thought you about to say Bear Rock.
Rush Hour Traffic. I'm like, and I bopped it for a little bit, but still, that shit was crazy.
This nigga said, I
bopped it.
You got a little
couple flashbacks, but shit.
Yeah, you know, but I left the shit back in 2010, 09. That's probably the last time I really gave it a thorough listen to. But it definitely has some, you know, good little flashbacks on it. But either way, that last point kind of brings us into this next topic here concerning radio play, man. So we know, you know, obviously with the advent of, you know, DSP, streaming services, what have you, there's obviously been a big decline in radio. I almost said viewership, but listening, you know, that's not where we necessarily go, you know, to get the hottest music and shit like that. Definitely opens a lot of doors and a lot of windows for everybody, you know, being able to, you know, go direct to consumer pretty much, not, you know, right to the consumer, but Spotify definitely allows, you know, a wide, you know, variance of artists to upload their music directly to the platform, and so do the others. So where do you guys think that, you know, radio's place is today, you know, given the current landscape? Still important? You think artists can do, you know, without it? Let's go ahead and start with Landon on that.
I don't think radio is even a factor. Unless you're a mainstream artist where those radio plays are getting you, I don't know, I can't even say that. Radio doesn't matter nowadays. It doesn't. Like,
radio just the place to get free tickets.
Yeah, like nobody. I haven't listened to free tickets.
That's why you hit the nail on the head. Because I will be listening if they're giving some free shit.
Over and over and over.
I haven't listened
like
to
back
the radio.
in the day, it was like very back and forth, but like now it's like the same literally 5 songs like over and over and over again every single like
exactly. And most of those are like paid to get that type of shine. Yeah, like it's radio used to pop you. Like old like Hot 97 used to break artists in New York. Or like around here we got like 95.5, like stuff like that, 93.9. But like I haven't listened to the radio in years. And with streaming now, and especially like playlists with like Spotify, that's honestly how you pop nowadays.
Yeah.
Like the curators of playlists on Spotify and Apple playlists, if you can make it on one of those, like for a lot of times that's what launches people's career. So like there's no point in investing into trying to get on the radio.
It's TikTok.
Or TikTok.
Hey.
That's the new wave. That is the new wave right now.
TikTok is the all new radio.
My brother's a dancer. Like he like people pay him to do dances, like just to do like little viral dances to like make videos and shit. Like it's like wow. Like it's the wild west right now with streaming and shit. So
yeah, that's an interesting point. That's super interesting how you mentioned, you know, your brother with the dancing, because not just radio or not just like the streaming services, but even using social media that we'll get into a little bit later. You can definitely use different influencers to kind of get your shit popping off as well, man. So no, that's a hell of a point. Man, yeah, whoever wants to jump in on that, Henny, you want to jump in on that, brother?
So yeah, I got a quick point. So with radio, I'm on the same page as him basically. It really don't matter. I'm not gonna say all radio, because I'll say satellite radio is where it's really at if you want to be on radio. Because people are paying for that series radio and all that shit just on long drives and trips because they tired of them, like you said, them same 5 songs every hour, same rotation, don't even mix it up or nothing. Like, so like people are instantly like, let me get satellite, or let me just put in my aux cord and I'll just hop on Spotify or Apple Music, even SoundCloud. So like with radio pretty much dead unless it's satellite. That's the only recognition you're gonna get is if you're getting your shit put on satellite radio. That's how I feel about it.
See, now I feel satellite's a little bit more of a niche market though too. So you're right in one aspect, but then, you know, satellite, the people that are willing to pay for radio, I feel like has decreased so much.
I wish I would pay for some goddamn radio.
Hey man,
Hey, look, wait, hold on. Car salesmen here, you already know, they be coming in them packages right when you lease that hoe.
I almost took advantage of the trial.
Look, you get 3 months with every car. You get 3 months with every car, and nobody re-ups that shit. Nobody.
Hey, don't hit my car for no satellite radio, bro. Don't hit my car for it. I don't want to see it on the monthly bill statement.
Nah, man, I'll say this.
That small window.
Radio is just like the motherfucking telephone book and newspaper. It don't matter no more. Like, nobody I know is listening to the radio for multiple reasons. Don't want to hear motherfucking commercials. You don't. And if I am, I'm at least going to go to the free Spotify and pick my motherfucking song that I want to listen to and wait through the commercial for my next song that I want to listen to. Not wait through a commercial for a trash-ass song that I didn't want to listen to and then hear another trash-ass song, turn it off, come back and hear the same goddamn song I heard before. Okay. That's what the radio is.
You're talking about the insurance. You want insurance?
Niggas, back the only good thing back in the radio days is when we didn't have motherfucking ringtones and you had to hold up the phone to the radio and record that shit. That's throwing shit back. That was
back in my day. God damn.
Don't turn it on though.
Like y'all didn't do that shit. Okay, fuck it. It's just me.
No, I did.
No, but the shit, it's just irrelevant because of streaming, of Spotify. You got YouTube, and it's like, I mean, even people that just hop in the car, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, like that shit is taking over. Like, I don't have to listen to the fucking radio anymore. Like, shit, you could even put music on your phone and listen to that shit. Like, niggas ain't even using CDs no more. So, I mean, if CDs getting old, you know goddamn the radio getting old. I couldn't tell you an actual local radio station and who the host is anymore. And I bet if I asked at least 100 people, maybe one person would know. And that motherfucker broke. I'm telling you right now.
He might be old or he might be all of the above.
Nigga ain't got no high score.
That's a tragic combination. Broke and old.
Ain't got no subscription.
Nah, bro, I'm a go slightly against the grain on that because I agree with almost everything y'all said. However, I do think radio does have, I think once upon a time it was the piece. I think now it's more of a complementary piece to some of these other things because so like, let's say you're an artist and you know where you want to go. You have a vision, you know, you have a good team around you. You know, hey, we're not trying to get it off the radio. We're trying to get it off, you know, maybe we put out a bunch of videos and we're getting it the YouTube way, kind of like an NBA Youngboy. I still think the radio can be that complimentary piece to especially bigger artists. So like a Drake or somebody like that. It's still important for them to hit those metrics. The radio goes a long way still in pushing it, you know, you into that top 40 territory and hitting those Billboard top 200, whatever have you. But, you know, that's not an important thing for every artist. You know, a lot of artists can get it off touring and things like that. So I still think the radio is important. I think that it varies by market. So, I mean, where we are, the radio is kind of trash.
Yeah.
But like,
I was just about to say, radio, like with Blake, that's how he actually came up.
East Coast radio can still pop. So. Exactly. East Coast radio.
So you saying that because you was listening to the radio earlier? Or no, I'm just kidding. It'd
be on by accident sometimes. I got synced, so I don't really fuck with the radio too often. But every now and then it'll be on. I'll let it go for like 2 minutes and then change
like I said, 2 minutes.
But I still think that there's a certain thing out there, and it's analog as fuck, but when you hear your song on the radio, it still does a little bit something. I would feel like I don't make music, but I would think it still just is like that kind of I made it moment. Maybe not as much as it was before because there are so many other videos.
That's definitely I made
it. So it's like radio still has its place, but it's shrinking. And then one of the things I would add to Landon's point, he was talking about the playlist. Now, like if you can get on with the curator and get that on, that's pretty much the equivalent. But I will say some of those top playlists like Rap Caviar, I mean, it's payola all the way, just like some of the goddamn the radio shit,
New Release Friday.
Yeah,
Definitely.
they still be, you know, in bed with the labels, but I think that it evens the playing field at least just a little bit more. But you know, everybody has some really excellent points. Let's move into the main segment, man. We have the 3 albums that we typically review. This week we had a pretty big 3. We had G-Eazy, August Alsina, and Black. Not or some of y'all call him Six Lack, but August Alsina, man. Let's go ahead and jump down on his album first because, as y'all know, a lot of his shit was overshadowed by him talking about Jada and all this other shit. So you know, pretty long album. It was his one of his, you know, he's kind of trying to generate a buzz again, because he's fell off quite a bit, I guess, in popularity since his 2014 debut with Testimony. Let's go ahead and start with my boy Kennawayne, man. What'd you think about August's new album? You know, just let us know, man. Were you vibing with it?
Man, I'm not sure where the fuck I'm at on this goddamn album. This motherfucker was long, first and foremost. That motherfucker said an hour and a half. I said, what the fuck, nigga? You trying to make a fucking movie?
Boy.
I mean, I fucked with Today before even the album dropped. NOLA, Work to Do. As soon as I walk in, Tink is really underrated. A lot of people don't give her respect that she really deserves.
That's a fact.
I thought there were some good tracks. I thought this motherfucker was way too long, and there were just songs that just, it felt like it didn't fit in on an R&B album. Like, I felt like he could have made 2 albums, and I didn't know which direction he was going on this motherfucker. So I give it a 5 out of 10, because there were some tracks I really fucked with heavy, but then there were like complete opposite, and I'm like, what are you doing? What was the fucking... Oh, the song Rounds. Like, bro, when that shit came on, I was thinking something completely different. I was like, it's an R&B album, Rounds. They talking about fucking. And then this nigga talking about, I was like, what the fuck? So I didn't like that song because it fucked me all the way up. I don't know how y'all felt when you saw that sound. But if you told me there's a song called Rounds on an R&B album, I'm like, okay,
you hold it
Rounds.
against the artist? You holding it against the artist for your perception?
No. You can't tell me not one nigga if I said something about an R&B album, which typically is about sex, and you say Rounds, you not talking about shooting guns and shit. If Gucci said Rounds, I might have considered either or. But this nigga is an R&B artist. Like, he fucked it all the way up. But nah, I get a nigga 5 out of 10. I mean, he's talented. I'm not gonna sit here in front, but I probably won't go back to the whole album. Definitely not an hour and a half for that motherfucker.
Yeah, I feel you on that, and I'll get mine out the way just so I can give these brothers the last word on it as well. I kind of just want to echo what you said. Definitely way too many songs. 27 is a lot. You know, I say it every week, but I like somewhere in that 16, 17 is pushing it. I think 13, 14 is probably about right, depending on what you have on the album. I think he could have went 1 or 2 routes. I think he could have did the deluxe thing where a lot of these artists are, coming out maybe 20 songs or 19 and then giving a deluxe, unless he felt like nobody was going to be checking for the deluxe. But either way, or he could have did a part 1 and part 2 and split the shit like how kind of like Drake did with 2018 Scorpion when you have that many songs. All in all, I thought the album was, all right. I think it has some replay value there. It's just when there's that many songs, I feel like it's kind of hard to kind of grab the memorable ones because shit, by the time an hour and a half has passed, that's a fucking movie. So, I think just a couple of the songs that I like the intro, the NOLA, Rounds was okay. And then I think it kind of fell off a little bit in the middle and it finished pretty strong. I would give the album a 6 out of 10. Didn't hate it, didn't love it. Got to go back and listen to it a little bit more. But
why would the shit was called the Product 3 too? Like, what happened to Product 1 and 2? That was another question I had.
Nah, he had that was his mixtapes. He used to do the mixtapes. That was before the DSP shit though, so he didn't upload those onto the streaming services. But yeah,
so nobody was looking for the shit. Okay.
Yeah, so this was kind of. I'm thinking it was a label thing though. Like he probably turned the album in and they said, "Nigga, this is a mixtape. This ain't gonna be an album." Either way, man, 6 out of 10. Landon, man, let us know what you felt about the August Alsina album, bro.
I guess it's the same thing. Like, it's too many songs. Like, I don't know. When I think about like music and like creating projects, it's always like a story, and like the songs are like supposed to convey the story. It's not really a story when you got 27 songs. Like, however many songs you got, and like you got Rounds, and then you got Deliver Us, like with a gospel artist, like 3 songs later. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's like, it's almost like a compilation instead of like a movie. So
no cohesion almost.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not really any. So I don't know, but some people like just put their best music that they have, and especially with him being out so long, he just put his best stuff that he made and just put it on a project. And that might be why it's called The Product 3. That's his other 2 mixtapes. So it might be just like a mixtape. I don't know. But as far as like a grade, I don't know. I guess like a 5. Like, it's not bad. I've never really been like an August Alsina like fan either. Like, it has like, to me, like a niche like type of like voice that you have to be okay with hearing a lot. It's not for me. But
you got to hear it a lot on this album.
yeah, for a long time. So I don't even know if I got all the way through it. But I mean, it's solid. It's not a bad album, but like I said, it's just too many songs. But you know.
And I tend to side with you. I like the way you're saying, like, you kind of make your approach to making music. I personally like the cohesive feeling kind of story versus the just littered, compilation type shit. So yeah, absolutely good point. Henny, man, I'm almost scared to ask you, but what'd you think about the August Alsina project, bro?
All right, just want to say y'all some hoes. Y'all gonna make me say it. This shit sucked. That shit was ass. These niggas are trying to be modest. Because this nigga almost died back then. 2014, I guess. But I'm going to tell you, that shit sucked. I listened to it. It took me so many times to get through the full album. Like, that shit. Like, I messaged this nigga. I was like, bro, I was dead ass trying to finish this shit before the show, bro.
Me too. I told you earlier. I said, how y'all getting through this?
Bro, that shit was rough. Then I went back and listened to it again after he done came out with this whole Jada Pinkett shit. This nigga's on this whole album telling lies.
That's the
nigga, I listened to Rounds. That shit pissed me. I said, you're not about to lie to me in my face. I have to skip that hoe. A minute through, I had to skip that hoe.
Did he hit or not?
I said, this nigga's on here. Man, I don't think he did.
He didn't do that shit.
Look, I hope he did. I
hope you did hit.
I hope he did. The way he came out spilling the beans, like he was on some real simp shit. I ain't even gonna get into that. But yeah, Rounds, that pissed me off the second go around. I was like, this nigga lying to, like, right in our face, nigga, after the shit he done did. Then, like he said, Deliver Us came on with the gospel shit out of nowhere. And then right after that, he gonna drop Real Recognize Real. I said, nigga, you out here snitching. And he tried to lie to us again. Bro, this album was getting me heated, nigga. I said, ain't no way. Nigga, I was trying to push through it. Perfect Strangers. I'm just like, all right, now this shit's starting to make sense. He on here throwing little slugs. Perfect Strangers. That nigga, like, she had to have put it on him. Like, that's when I'm like, all right, this nigga is really on some, like, Erykah Badu type shit, how she just be changing niggas, bro. I'm like, all right. The only song I really fucked with on this, man, you gotta go all the way down. There was the feature with Lil Wayne and Juicy J, The Resent. I fucked with that hoe, but that really wasn't really his song. I only got there because I looked at the track list and I was like, let me push through this. Lil Wayne at the end, Juicy J, all right, I might be able to push through. Work to Do, that's supposed to be his radio hit. I ain't really fuck with it that much, but y'all can get that whole another spin. Let me know what y'all think, but yeah. I ain't even want to get this nigga this. Yeah, I'm about to say, I didn't even want to get this nigga this battle. Great, y'all niggas giving them 5s and shit, but I gotta get that whole smooth too.
God damn.
Now,
for 27 songs, I only fuck with 2 of them. Come on, dog. I said no, man.
We not gonna
Well,
disagree with you.
You know, we always used to say back then, though, man. You can lie about a lot of things, just don't lie on your dick, man. So I don't know. I have to
Exactly. You can't. I think you can't come out
proven.
saying that, man. That's why I'm like, come on. Both these niggas
I don't
this week
think that was
denied
supposed to be
it.
shared.
I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know, man. These
I don't
niggas,
think
they
that
need
was
some
supposed
lie
to be
detectors
public
for that.
knowledge.
She supposed to go on her red table talk and talk about this
Yeah.
shit. So this gonna be the first episode I watch, or at least highlighted.
I
gotta see after being forced to listen to this nigga for an hour and a half. I gotta get to the bottom of this nigga.
This nigga went on. Didn't he go on Angela Yee like a chatty patty?
Nigga with the red hair and everything. I said, oh, this nigga got red
This
with
nigga
blondes
looked
and
like
shit.
This shit was
he
pink.
was on Living Color, boy.
He
I
took
said-
every light skinned nigga took L's last week because of this.
I
Boy,
thought this
I
nigga was
said-
doing a skit, bro. I said, hold up, mop head ass nigga. But man, let's move on to the next album, bro. We got that G-Eazy, It's Strange Here. So that was an interesting one. I've never been a big G-Eazy fan myself, but definitely, you know, it was one of the bigger album drops, I guess, from this past week. It was 10 songs, so appropriately length, 35 minutes. Let's just go ahead and get right to it, man. Henny, man, start it off. Let us know how you felt about that G-Eazy.
Are we going right back? Damn. The title said it all, nigga. Everything was strange in that checklist, nigga. I didn't know what the fuck I was listening to, nigga. Oh God, like I really don't fuck with G-Eazy that much. Just when he hop on features and shit, like his parts don't be like crucial. I'm like, oh, run that shit back. That nigga had parts like I can tolerate him on somebody's feature. I'm like, okay, he didn't ruin the song, but this whole album, man, it was only 10 songs, and that shit was still hard to get through, like the August shit. Like, I didn't get it. Like, I honestly don't get what he was trying to do with this album. Like, I don't even got no other words for it. Like, it was not one song on this whole I fucked with. Like, I went back through them, and that shit sounds bad, but yeah, like, I was looking for the songs I heard on the radio, hoping them hoes was on here. Like the shit he had with fucking, who was Ray Sherman and shit. I was like, all right, hopefully that hoe's on here. Nigga, none of them features was on here. I was like, yeah, you fucked up there, buddy. Yeah, so that nigga getting my first 0, bro. I couldn't even do it with this nigga album, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Man spent however long in the studio, man, gave him 0. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you.
Pre-porn cheap
drugs?
Like,
Shit.
what type of title is that, nigga? And the songs didn't even make sense to have that title. Like, I don't know. That nigga just had me lost.
It's a catchy title, though.
That nigga had me lost. It was
did.
strange in there.
It did.
For real, it was strange.
I
guess
that.
I needed some shrooms or something to be strange like that, nigga, because
I did hear a couple songs from his last album, and that was okay compared to this. Let's go with Kennawayne. Tell us about your slightly lighter complected brother G-Eazy.
Listen, I'm about to be dark as fuck just like this nigga. First off, this nigga's like, I didn't know if I was listening to G-Eazy or a broke-ass Mike Posner. Listen, featuring Post Malone. Like, that's what this shit sounded like. And you know what? I listened to it first, and then I was like, oh, this some depressed-ass, I don't know what the fuck going on type shit. Then I lost my uncle. I was like, you know what? Let me go back. Maybe this will hit me different. Still trash. You know what? I give a nigga credit for at least trying some new shit. But, hey, I don't feel so bad about giving a nigga a 0 out of 10 too, because I had this shit written down before that nigga gave him a 0. So if I would have went first, I'd have been the first 0. This nigga get no love from me for this shit. Listen, and he dropped Still Be Friends with Tory Lanez for some Pornhub type shit, I think, something like that. And that was at least okay. And then you come out with this trash ass shit. Bro, get the fuck out of here with this. I don't ever want to hear another G-Eazy album again. He's done.
God
like this nigga. Like,
alrighty
then.
I
tried. Look, I hit up all y'all, didn't I? I was like, nigga, how y'all getting through this goddamn album? Plus, his shit wasn't even long. How many
That's what made it
tracks
worse.
was it?
It was 35 minutes.
It was 35 minutes.
That's 3 August
songs,
album.
and it felt too long, nigga. After the first track, I was done. But I was like, no, let me go to the second track. I was like, okay, it's worse. Let me go to the third one. Okay, what the fuck we doing here? That's what I felt like. Like, what the fuck we doing here? It's like 3 niggas walking into a rich-ass white restaurant with no flavor. What the fuck we doing here? That's what I felt like, okay? So 0 out of 10. He don't get no love.
All right. I'm gonna let y'all have it. G-Eazy got a hold of the 2-0 so far. Landon, man, what you think about the fucking G-Eazy album? Shit.
I didn't get through it. I mean, it was alright. It's just not for me. Like, that's just not for me. But I'm okay with saying some stuff ain't for me. Like, he just kind of like corny. If you gonna rap, I can't do like the corny, like, I don't know, like the. I wish I had somebody to compare him to.
See, ever since he chilled with Meg that day, that nigga's been the same.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, he's like corny. I just never liked him. Like, even like the features, he just does like a different, I don't know, it's just some other shit. So yeah, I don't know. He got some interesting titles though. Like, I fuck with, like, because I do appreciate like people.
You know that shit suck when you gotta go to the titles.
Yeah, but like when people got
titles on that whole baby.
Up, like free porn, cheap drugs. That's a hard ass title.
He's a very overrated.
But he also got Lazarus like 5.
He's a very overrated artist.
No, that's a fact.
I would agree.
But
if you had to give it a number on the 10-point scale, man,
I'll give it a 2. I give it a 2.
Okay.
I give it a 2.
So
I like the title. I'm saying, but like I said, like we talked about with radio, he's the type of artist that is looking for a radio. You know what I'm saying? So it might work for that, but that's not.
You need to be looking for sound.
And that was pretty much my point too, man. I have a feeling.
What the fuck the nigga need?
I have a feeling he's looking for a lot of radio, just from the way the songs kind of were. It seemed like he was trying to get every single one to be. It seemed like he was just throwing it out there. You know, that's what type of artist he is. He was like, hey, shit, one of these hoes gonna catch. And it seemed like it was more the focal point than him actually trying to make like a good body of work. And again, there are certain artists like that. He's definitely one of them where I really never liked him as an artist, but you know, you hear him with A$AP Rocky or somebody and you might catch a quick little vibe. And then there was who was the other, it was a light-skinned West Coast artist, Kid something. What's the nigga?
Kid Ink. Kid Ink was hard.
I like Kid Ink, but Kid Ink was a radio artist to me too. Like he made some bops, but you could tell he was always kind of trying to search for that radio song, and I think that's why he didn't make it the way I thought he was going to, because he was actually kind of a good artist.
I fuck with him. I ain't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, this just kind of reminded me because I know he's more of a West Coast artist.
Like the white kids.
But
who's G-Eazy?
You ever been to a white party?
Yeah. Ain't nobody playing.
Even they don't say put on G-Eazy. I ain't even heard them say put on G-Eazy.
I have never seen nobody walk up to the DJ and be like, hey, can you play some G-Eazy? Like, can you play like that G-Eazy song?
Especially not from this album.
Bro, that's Devin's favorite artist is G-Eazy.
For real?
Come on,
I've never seen
that. Sleep on G-Eazy.
Y'all need to slap man. Y'all need to slap man. G-Eazy, bro. Like,
G-Eazy, my favorite.
That nigga said his favorite artist.
He don't even. I don't even think he qualifies as to be a favorite artist.
Hey, tell that nigga to listen to that hoe. He not gonna be his favorite no more.
Yeah.
I guarantee you after that.
I trust Shaq with free throws more than this nigga catching a hit.
Hey, I won't say that though, because he will catch a hit.
Because he will catch a hit. That's a fact.
So will Shaq. Nigga, it don't mean
it won't be because of anybody in this podcast, but he will catch a hit because there is a market for him. It was sleepy to me as shit. The first time I tried to listen to that bitch, I ended up taking a nap. I had the PlayStation on and took a straight nap. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10, 2.5. I'm gonna give him a 0.5, 2.5.
So that nigga got
album.
4.5 out of 40 points.
Yeah.
He's shooting a little better than 10% from the field right now.
Fuck that. This album is best heard on silent, nigga. Fuck that. You can at least read the titles.
The crazy thing is, usually with most albums, as soon as I go to it on Spotify, I hit the like button, just so it'll kind of be, man, I didn't even hit like with this, man. I said,
nigga,
The only reason I didn't hit dislike because I had to listen to it again.
Nigga, I undownloaded that August shit. I downloaded so I had that on the road, man. I took that shit off so quick.
That's taking mad space on your.
I said, hell no, that hour and a half.
Yeah, I don't be downloading shit. Nah, not unless it's essential for some like airplane flying and shit. And y'all anybody out there who uses Spotify, make sure to clear your goddamn cache, man. That should be taking up a goddamn gig or two on your damn phone. That shit pisses me off, man. Should be storing up quick. But man, let's move to the last motherfucking album here, man. We had That Black, man. It was just really a 6-track EP. And it was just kind of a sample, I guess, of things to come. Definitely a different approach when we've seen a lot of artists releasing, full-length LPs during this, COVID time. He kind of took a different direction. Since he kind of has a little bit of a similar vibe to you, I would say let's start with Landon. Let us know how you felt about the EP, man.
I fucked with it. I was waiting to hear something from Black. So I don't know. My favorite song was definitely Long Nights on there. I like the Atlanta freestyle too, but that came out like a week or two before the project. But my favorite song is definitely Long Nights. But I always fucked with him because his vibe, like, certain people just got like a voice that like catches you, you know what I'm saying? He definitely has it. Like, he doesn't have to do much, but he does do a lot with his with like his lyrics. Like he says a lot, especially for a singer. Like where you can see what he's talking about. Like, he's like real descriptive with what he says. So I fuck with the album. Like I said, mostly Long Nights and Float. Long Nights in the Atlanta freestyle and Float. But like those first three were the ones for me, opposed to like the last three. The last three kind of fell off. But yeah, I give it a 7. I give it a 7.
Solid score, man. I guess I'll go second. We'll kind of go in reverse order. I definitely been fucking with Black for a little minute. One of the interesting points you brought up is just kind of his vibe. He sets a certain aesthetic where he does a good job with his producers of setting that this is a Black song, or a song by Black, I should say. And you kind of just you can catch that vibe at a lot of different times. So wasn't really super high on his last album, his last body work. I liked it was likable, the East Atlanta Love Letter, but it wasn't as cool as the Free Black album or as good of a body of work as that one. So I was excited to see this come back. Like you said, ATL Freestyle, super dope. I had that in my playlist a couple weeks back. Long Nights was a good one. I actually like the Know My Rights with Lil Baby. Lil Baby's on fire right now. I think it was a real good feature, and they kind of had some interesting chemistry on that joint. So that was my favorite. Well, I won't say my favorite, but that was right now. That's kind of the most heavy in rotation since I had heard the Atlanta freestyle a little ways ago. So I would go similar, man. I actually had the score written down already. I give it a 7 out of 10 just because it was an EP. So it wasn't the full body of work. I think if it was 10 songs, hell, it might have gotten up to an 8, something like that. But 7 out of 10 is definitely solid album or solid tape. And I'm looking to see what comes from Black in the future. Henny, man, what'd you think about that Black joint?
So this, man, I'm mad about the order I listen to these albums in. I actually fucked with this. Like, the Atlanta freestyle, like y'all said, a couple weeks it came out before I peeped it too. I fucked with that heavy. Float wasn't too bad for me. Know My Rights with Lil Baby was solid. I actually did like fucking Elephant in the Room on this, so I don't know what it was, but I fucked with that track. I ain't gonna lie, I did have the same number as y'all, so I'm gonna switch it up and give them a 7.5. So we ain't all the same. But yeah, I fucked with the EP. It was solid for me though.
Okay, bet. Kennawayne, man, last but not least.
I fucking like Black, bro. Like, and honestly, when I fucking turned it on, that was the first one I turned on. It made me realize last week when I was trying to equate Landon's album to his sound, I was like, oh shit, this shit sounds similar. Long Nights was actually my favorite too. ATL Freestyle we all heard. Know My Rights with Lil Baby. Can this nigga slow down? Cause this nigga is everywhere taking over, just doing it right.
That nigga hella features right now, bro.
I didn't even want to say the score because I got 7 out of 10 too, bro. And I'm not even fronting. Like I'll put up the tablet.
Hey, I had my shit on my phone too. I have to say.
I was like, God damn, like everybody. When he said 7 out of 10, I was like, all right. When that nigga said 7, and when you said it, I was like, so it's consistent. This nigga is a 7 out of 10. I actually fucked with East Atlanta Love Letter. Pretty Little Fears is probably one of my favorite songs in the recent years, bro. That gets heavy rotation.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was going to be longer than the EP, but maybe this is just like something to get us ready for something coming up. But man, he has that distinct sound, that distinct vibe that I fucking love. And man, I don't know anybody that I've met that just doesn't like his shit. Which is crazy because like we were saying earlier, there's shit you just really don't vibe with, but there's always like a song somewhere that you really fuck with. So I'm excited to see where he goes from here, for real.
Yeah, Black is definitely dope and underrated as a rapper too, because homie has some bars and he likes to kind of dabble in the rap type shit too a lot. So it's nice to see that style and transition that we see with a lot of artists today. So we'll be looking out for Black and having this tape heavy in rotation. So last topic for the day, man. Something that we kind of touched on earlier, especially Landon touched on it kind of with his brother who does like the dancing, and people paying him to kind of help promote their songs and try to help them pop. So we know right now there's quite a few different social media platforms that you kind of choose between as an artist to kind of make your shit blow or pop. Just in everybody's opinion here, what do you feel like is the best social media platform that an artist can use to kind of leverage whatever popularity they do have, or try to gain a following and a little bit more buzz for their music? Let's go ahead and start with Landon, man.
I'll probably say, especially now, I'd definitely say Instagram as far as social media platforms, because you can not even have your music up there, but say you're an artist and look like an artist and people will gravitate to it. Like Instagram is all about people looking like they're doing something, even if they're not. And so when you're trying to leverage, whether it's music or a product or whatever, if you market it the right way on Instagram and you try to promote it the right way, eventually like the right audience will come. Like other platforms like Facebook, Twitter used to be like, I appreciate Twitter for like being able to connect with like the artists, like artists being able to connect with like their fans, or seeing what they're thinking. But I mean, people, it's whatever nowadays. They canceling people on Twitter nowadays.
Ooh,
so
heavy.
Instagram is probably like the safest way to promote your product, art, whatever, and not have to worry about. I mean, the worst thing people would do is not follow you. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to hear as much like feedback as you would anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? So I'd definitely say Instagram.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. Kennawayne, man, what do you think about the social media platforms today? What would your best choice be if you were an artist, trying to promote your music, man?
I'm gonna go Instagram too, and I think that's because it's a society where visual, like people, like on Instagram, it's quick to share shit, quick to look at shit. You can hear, you can be an artist and tag a story with one of your songs. You can go live like Tory Lanez on Quarantine Radio, Drake type shit. You have so many different elements to Instagram which can also connect to Facebook and Twitter and all that just with one post, boom, boom, boom. And so you have all these hashtags that you can look into. I would go with Snapchat's probably second to like gain some interest in somebody's life, but then you can still do the shit with fucking Instagram stories. I will say Twitter's the one that's the worst. That's the motherfucker that gets people in trouble. Because people be tweeting shit and then people take a tweet the wrong way because, you know, a tone or something. The niggas got to go back and apologize. And it's not really an apology. But it's definitely Instagram in my book, just because even with our podcast, like it's, man, Instagram, man, I know I can post a video that gets people interested. You see a song, I know there's plenty of times you're just scrolling along on somebody's story, you hear a song like, damn, that's a dope song. Then you click on a song and then you go further into, you know, Spotify or Apple Music on that shit and just get deeper into it. So Facebook, like he said, it's pretty dope, but it's not where it used to be. I think just Instagram took over in general as the most popular platform too. That makes a big difference, because if the most niggas are on Instagram, then that's where you're gonna want to be. So definitely Instagram takes the cake. Snapchat a far second.
And with Facebook, you're only reaching like your friends.
Yeah.
Instagram, you can reach people who don't follow you, you know?
Exactly.
Like, even with Twitter, like, you're not gonna, unless someone retweets you, you're not gonna reach people who don't, you know, who don't follow you. But with Instagram, like, my album is sponsored right now, so people who don't follow me at least see it somewhere on their explore page or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the only platform I can think of where that it doesn't have to be word of mouth. It could just be, like I said, you can sponsor yourself and they'll just put your product wherever you want them to.
The only other one I would say is maybe TikTok, but it doesn't have the longevity.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. One of the interesting, I guess, points that he made earlier, and just talking about like Instagram too, was just, you know, you can really get established by kind of looking like, I mean, let's say I got 100 bands. Maybe I go get dripped out, you know, get me some chains and shit like that, and kind of look like I'm living that lifestyle on IG. Or shit, you could even be a comedian or something like that. And we've seen a lot of people just take them being popular, leverage that into creating a music career, you know, not even being really musically inclined at first, just seeing that's where, you know, the money is. Not even everybody that's interested in the music game is necessarily an artist. So IG is, you know, really, really good for that. Henny, man, what did you think about the social media platforms, man?
Yeah, for most popular shit, I'm gonna go with MySpace. If you really want to get your no, I like.
I was sure.
Nigga said, "Let me get my top 8 going."
Nigga was like, "What?" Nigga was like, "Hold on."
Nigga like, "Boy, you use MySpace?" Like, nah, but
it's like, hold on. Nah, but yeah, it's IG for me though, as far as like music and shit. Twitter, if you like an athlete or an actor or something like that, then Twitter would be better for you if you want to get your word across. But as far as the music wise, it's definitely IG. Like, you can post on your story, you can go live just talking shit. Motherfuckers is gonna hop on there. So it's just way different on IG. It's easier to get access to it. All you gotta do is put a couple of hashtags. People don't even be looking for your shit. They gonna find your shit just by clicking on that little explorer. You just gonna pop up and they be like, "Oh, what is this?" Bam. Now they listening to you. So it's easily IG for me. Second, kind of like he said, it's starting to be TikTok. You just can't really give them that since it's just up and coming, but that's probably going to be the next wave of how people are getting their shit out. I already seen it with a couple of artists. Shit, Drake even made a song for TikTok just to be childish, and that shit blew the fuck up. Like,
yeah.
So that's definitely going to be the next wave there, but it's IG right now, though, for me.
Yeah, and even recently we've seen artists kind of trying to chase that TikTok wave too, like Justin Bieber when he came out with his shit. You could really tell he was trying to push that yummy on TikTok because he saw the way TikTok was popping other people's shit off. So, you know, I think it's a best mixture with TikTok if it kind of happens, not organically, but you kind of let the influencers do the shit, but if you push it hard, it can still happen, but neither here nor there. I mean, I would say this. It's hard for me to disagree with anybody that said IG. If you just look at IG, and I like Twitter a lot for news and just seeing what people are thinking. You can hit a search up and see what everybody's talking about on Black's album, good or bad, just as long as it has that in the tweet. It's hard for me to disagree because you think about an artist that's flaming hot like the baby right now. Twitter, he has 2.1 million followers. IG, 13.4 million followers. So I mean, and he's had the accounts for the same amount of time, just you're getting way more engagement on IG. So for me, there's two major platforms that I'm kind of watching for. So IG obviously being the main one that everybody said. But I don't know how much you guys are on YouTube, but YouTube's kind of starting to put like a social media type they're starting to put like social media type shit ingrained.
They got stories now.
I've been peeping that shit too.
Stories,
everybody blogs and
from
shit.
the page. So like I look at Joe Budden's podcast periodically, and you'll see like they'll just put a post up, something funny or a pose with the three of them about to shoot. And so and you don't get the engagement yet. It's not at the point that IG's at, but I think it has potential because I mean I'm already going to YouTube to watch shit, to listen to music. And so if I'm already there and I can get it all in that one platform, I think that could be kind of interesting going forward. But I think, like everybody said, IG is kind of king at this point.
YouTube TV done raised their prices too, so
$15, dog.
YouTube is like quietly delving into everything, like streaming. You can stream your album on YouTube. You can. They have movies on YouTube. But
YouTube Red,
YouTube Red. Shit, I think so now, because I have the YouTube Premium because I can't stand the fucking ads, you get a free subscription to YouTube Music with it. And one of the interesting things about YouTube Music is for somebody who wants to listen to like old mixtapes that aren't on DSPs, you can listen to like the old Big Crit, Return of Forever. You can listen to all the old mixtapes and shit, all the Lil Wayne drops. So YouTube Music kind of has this little spot right there, and I think if a lot more people knew that, they would fuck with it a little bit more. But no, definitely, everybody hit on some really good shit on that. Let's just go ahead and move right into our current 5 playlists. Just a little bit of sample of kind of what you're listening to right now. Old, new, don't really matter. Henny, man, let's start with you, bro. What's in that top 5 right now?
Henny, man, let's start with you. No, let me pull my shit real quick. I sent that shit to myself just for this reason.
Nigga ain't ready.
All right, so top 5 of the week. I got Lil Bo, Dirty Mouth, older song. I don't know why I was fucking with it this week. And then I got G Herbo off beat ass with Lil Uzi like this. He stayed decent on the beat on this song. Uzi carried it, but it was decent. Then I gotta get my Texas song in there. I got Sauce Twins with Sada Baby. Sauce Gohan, Big Drip Squad, that video go hard. Trippy Red Dreamer, and then another throwback, I got Kodak Black Halloween.
Okay, cool. Good list, man. Shit, I guess I'll get mine out the way. I mixed it up a little bit. A lot of bigger songs in there right now, but nothing that's maybe 1 or 2 that's relatively new. But I got that We Paid, Lil Baby, 42 Doug. That was off the deluxe. Fuck with that heavy. Me vs. Me, Moneybagg Yo. I got that Know My Rights, Black featuring Lil Baby. Took it back. I got Zero, No Help. Ooh. I don't know if y'all know about Zero up there, man, on the East Coast. Y'all fuck with Zero at all?
I never heard of him.
He just dropped too.
Check Zero out.
We should have listened to that shit over.
You heard of Zero?
Let me stop.
Yeah, I ain't never heard of Zero.
That's just Z-RO. But yeah, check him out, man. Texas legend. And then we got I actually put the new Ye on there just cause I fuck with Ye. It was an alright drop. That Wash Us in the Blood, Kanye featuring Travis, man. I fucked with it.
Yeah.
Landon, man, what's in that rotation, bro?
If you had all I listen to is R&B. So
that's what's up.
A bunch of R&B stuff. So it's a new guy named Keys Open Doors. He has a song called Lose Lose and a song called Day by Day. What else am I listening to?
He said I got that closure all 2017.
My man Kari's album just came out, Kari Awful, and he has a song called Bored on there. I've been listening to that a lot. Artillery album just came out. He has a song called Open Heart on there. I've been listening to that a lot. And I'll go Lucky Day, Fade Away. So
hey, let's go, man. Lucky Day, super dope. And I'm gonna check out the other songs you mentioned too. I'm gonna run this recording back and go check them out. Check out the full album. Hopefully we can post those links as well to the albums. Kennawayne, man, what's it looking like? What's that rotation looking like, bro?
Man, I'm gonna start off with Young Dolph, Blue Diamonds. That was my shit. Starlito, Heart on Defrost. That album. That song ended with Kobe on it. That shit caught me.
Bruh, boy.
Yes.
Don't get me started.
Moneybag Yo said something. That shit hit. IDK 495. Yeah, a lot of niggas on there, but Big Flock, because I fuck with Big Flock. Give and Go, Eric Lottery with De Niro Farr. That's my 5 right there. All day.
Okay.
you talking?
See, I have been carrying the R&B load.
DC Big Flock? You talking DC Big Flock?
Yeah. Yeah, I fuck with Big Flock.
He said, hold on.
He said,
I'm everywhere, B. I'm everywhere. I listen to everything, man.
That's hard.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was like reaching out like that, like out there. That's hard.
Shit, I listen to a lot of Wale. And so that's what really got me onto Big Flock, for real, for real.
I know that there are a lot of similarities in like the Texas sound and like the new DC, DMV like rap. Like the street niggas in DC and DMV, like they have like a real like how I go, Dre, like how I go, like like it's like a
He said
it's like they punch a lot. They punch like back to back to back to back. But it's like it's kind of offbeat. But like the Texas sound is kind of like that, but y'all got like a slower like beat pattern to it. So like
that's that
I feel like y'all
background.
definitely fuck with, yeah. y'all definitely fuck with like a lot of the music up here.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check out. What's in addition to like you and the homies right there, what are some of the artists you would recommend just off the top that if somebody were looking to kind of get interested into some like DC area, DMV type shit, just some of the kind of bubbling artists up that way?
Clado, I don't plug him in. Clado, white boy rapper is, but it's like you would never be able to. like he about it. Like he about it. Like the bars are like cool. Like his bars are crucial.
Clay definitely has like probably like the hardest like delivery I've ever heard
for a white boy. Like
not even for a white boy, just one of the hardest delivery I've ever heard.
This nigga said for a white boy.
I'm just saying. I just feel like that. Like that's gonna be like
the extra emphasis. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you heard him, like
shit.
if you heard him and like never knew like what he looked like you would think like, oh, like no, like he like who this is? Oh, he a white boy. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Like I'm trying to tell you, like he crazy. Like he got it on lock. Clado, check him out. He got this he got a new song out called Nuts Hang on everything. Crazy. Trying to tell you he's going crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. For sure. Just so we kind of diversify the music interests and shit like that. Get out of Texas and listen to what's going on out in the East and shit.
As far as like DC or DMV artists that like, yeah, I don't know who like got the streets though. Like niggas fuck with like Ant Glizzy and shit.
Young Manny,
Big Flock,
Zan Man,
Big Flock,
Rico Nasty.
Yeah,
Rico
Yeah, I heard
Nasty.
Rico
I fuck with
Nasty.
Rico
I don't know.
Nasty.
Shy Glizzy,
Shy
probably,
Glizzy,
like, the
yeah.
biggest out
Yeah,
there.
I was like, we fuck with Shy and Rico, yeah.
Yeah, definitely get much love. All right, well, shit, man. We'll definitely have to, give everybody out there a little bit more spin. Let's go ahead and, move on out to the outros. Just, your time on the platform to plug whatever the fuck you want. Landon, since you're the guest, man, we always usually give it up to you. So it's your time, whatever you want to plug it. It's on you, bro.
And please go stream 2017. Like that project was for me. You know what I'm saying? My next project will be for like the people. You know what I'm saying? But that project was like.
I'm gonna let you finish, but 2017 one of the best.
You got it.
I'm
gonna let you finish.
All time. I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry, my bad, bro. I know.
Nah, but that project was for me though. Like I know it's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like that project wasn't meant to connect with everybody. That was me telling my story. That's why I made it an EP. Like my album will be something that I'll try to, you know, grab everybody's attention with. But that project, like it means a lot to me. So like I need everybody to go stream that. I want to shout out my brothers, like Loso. That's my brother. He's a dancer. So Pretty Boy Loso, my brother Raheem, he just dropped a song today. And then shout out the gang, MX3, my man's Artillery,
Music,
my
money,
man's
meditation
Car,
all day.
Car Leon. So yeah, we pretty much, yeah, that's all I got, man. Streams 2017, stream Fight for Love from Artillery, and stream Car Awful from my man's
Mosh
Car
Pit,
Leon.
Car Awful, and everything.
Links in the description, y'all. So stream it. Let it, you know, and give us some feedback in the comments too. What y'all thought about the albums? Definitely show some love.
These
Henny,
niggas
man.
is artists. Like they put out like punk rock albums to talk about like the current like Black Lives Matter like stuff going on. So like I ain't there yet. I'm trying to be like
They musical, huh?
They reaching out everywhere.
Okay. Well, shit, that's definitely dope, and that'll kind of, you know, again, it's always good to have a little variety and shit, and you know, definitely showing much love to true artistry and shit like that. So I'll be sure to most definitely check it out and try to get as many listeners as we can to go ahead and, you know, stream all three of those projects, in addition to, you know, the other albums y'all mentioned as well. Henny, man, what you got for us today?
First, I do want to give the condolences to Kenneth and his family. He did just lose his uncle this past week, so I do know something similar did just recently happen to me, so I can feel his pain on that shit. So condolences to him and his family on that shit. Losing somebody is always tough, no matter who it is, especially when you're closer to them. Right. It's just that extra little kick in the chest, bro. Like, so you know, we here if you need us. We here always. So I want to get that out. Shout out to Kevin Clifton. He has his little 13 Razors clothing. If you're in San Antonio, you might have seen like the reshares on Facebook and shit. He got the little GTA Alamo Heights of that little meme from the little white folks with the little gun out on the t-shirt. So he has the little clothing dropping, 13 Razors clothing. So shout out to him. Other than that, I don't think I really fuck with nobody else, so no, other than that, no, I'm all good. A little outro today. I'm keeping it short.
You gonna keep it short.
Kennawayne, man. Kennawayne, what's up with you, bro?
Man, and like Henny said, man, it was a rough week. Been at work and everything, and shit, the animations and all that. But shout out to the whole Curtis family, man. Shout out to my uncle. It was rough this week, man. Still, it's not easy right now, but I was excited about doing the show. You know, pulled it through, but he was a big part of the family, man. The one thing he always told me was, man, it don't matter what nobody else think. If I like it, I like it. And it kind of reflects this show too, man. Like, we don't give a fuck if, like, one of us don't like an album or three of us don't like it and one do. Like, so everybody that's been rocking with the show, we appreciate y'all. Go check out 2017, like he said. Man, we try to put these people on. We're not putting bullshit on. Like, if they coming on the show, they for real. Like, we not just putting some trash ass niggas on the show. These people, they need love, bro, because Wale, he doesn't need love. Drake doesn't need love. Everybody know him. Man, y'all go support these artists, man, because as a poet, I know you put a lot of work into this shit. So, especially when it's good and it's quality, you put time into that shit. If people don't really see all the behind the scenes, they just see the finished project. So, man, I appreciate you joining us tonight. I appreciate y'all being, the other two, being with me all week, understanding that I was, dealing with some stuff, but still trying to get everything through. So, man, I appreciate y'all.
Right. Yeah, man, just to wrap it up, I ain't got a bunch to say, but definitely want to give a shout out to, each and every one of our viewers, listeners, what have you. Super, super grateful to have, the super talented Landon Marcel on today, him and the gang, man. Y'all make sure y'all go stream these brothers' albums. We had 3 talented brothers there. So we want to make sure, we show mad love and, help them get on, and, they'll be on without us, but we want to make sure we at least are a part of them getting there, and a part of the ascension. So always thankful for having, talented artists on. Like I say every week, man, try to be a champion of the truth. We know there's a lot of fuckery out here going on. Stay vigilant. Prayers out to the family of Vanessa Guillen over in Fort Hood. A lot of weird shit going on that I wouldn't even, try to comment too deep in until we have more information.
Yeah,
but,
that's a whole nother.
Some shady shit going on out there.
Fort Hood been shut down a long time ago, bro.
For real. So, everything that's, in the dark, it'll come to light, and I hopefully the Army don't stand in the way with that. Let the people know what's up. Don't classify that shit. We need to see some goddamn documents, and we need to see what the fuck happened. So, prayers to her. Last but not least, and I'm not plugging nothing, I promise you.
Oh shit, here we go.
We not plugging nothing, I promise, but
check out. This has no affiliations to no type of work shit, but check out Hamilton dropping on Disney tomorrow. That's actually
here we go.
Interesting spin.
This nigga always be plugging
back weeks.
That's Disney. Interesting spin. With
this
people
nigga
that
trying
look
to
like
get a
us.
promotion.
These people look like us, man. I already got the promotion, but these are people that look like us. You feel me? So
He said I got one,
nice
so I'm trying to get another one.
It's nice to see history. It's nice to see history with black folks, blacks and Mexicans and shit like that on the main stage. Definitely go check that out. You know what I mean? But outside of that, man,
the link to Enzo's little email and password for Sulu is gonna be down below, so y'all can check it out.
Y'all gonna be waiting on that one for a minute, boy. And it ain't no more free trials, shit. But nah, man. Much love to everybody. Definitely more love out there. Just continue to just hold everybody near and dear. We love
all
them.
that shit.
Like, subscribe, and again, last stream the motherfucking album 2017.
Yes, we are in 2020, but it is 2017.
That's a fact.
Right, hey,
there's ignorant niggas out there, man.
Right, they'll be looking on the wrong shit. But outside of that, man, peace, y'all.